Okay, so I'm built a little differently and I realize that, but aren't we all? I was thinking yesterday as I was looking into this oncology aesthetics class, trying to decide if I would take it or not, and thinking about I'm just doing everything backwards. It should be called beauty backwards instead of beauty backroads podcast because literally past weekend was a very reflective type of weekend for me. I don't know if you've ever had those moments, times, days, even sometimes weeks or months where you're just in this mode of really like thinking, right? It's a time where you do your research and you're contemplating. I feel like there's different seasons for everything, right? There's my creator mode, and for you that would be like the doing phase of whatever it is that you're doing, the creator phase of whatever it is you're doing. But for me, I have to switch gears often. And so I feel like I have, sometimes it's a couple hours, sometimes it's like a day. This past weekend literally was an all weekend thing. And I don't know if part of that is the fact that it's Mercury in retrograde, because my family member used to study astrology for many, 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 many years. And so I kind of grew up with that in the background. And not that I let astrology dictate my every move by any means, but I am someone that is very familiar with it. So when things happen like Mercury in retrograde, I always try to look at it and give it a positive spin, because I feel like it often has a negative connotation, kind of like, oh, this is the time where you lose things. Don't sign any serious contracts because things can go wrong. Maybe avoid taking long road trips, this and that. I look at it like reflective phases of our journey, the time when we can get in there and do research instead of it being so hard to attain. It sort of is being pulled towards you. At least that's the way I feel. And this weekend I had one of those times, those moments where I had been, just to give you a little bit of backstory, I have been in the aesthetics business for well over a decade. I've been in the beauty industry for over 25 years. And throughout the course of my aesthetics career, pretty early on, that's when I first had the opportunity to do a facial on a client who had just had a port put on her chest. You may have heard me tell this story before. It really impacted me, and it really defined my entire beauty career. It helped shape that because it helped shape me mentally, what I wanted to focus on. I am, as I mentioned, Scorpio, and I think a lot of us are just this way in nature. We're just very deep thinkers, and as women, we're very over analytical, and I think being a Scorpio just enhances that, honestly. And I always want to do more. When I feel more, I feel like I need to do more. And I feel like inherently that is something that we all kind of have within us. And I remember feeling that way when I was doing makeup for so many years. I felt, I really want to be able to help women on a deeper level. And that helped push me towards wanting to create more natural products that I couldn't find on the shelves at that time. We're talking many, many years ago now. So I started making products in my kitchen. Well, fast forward after I had my aesthetics license and I'm giving, a facial on a woman. This is probably a couple years after I was into my aesthetics career. And just seeing how that moment where she was in there, how she was feeling and what she was thinking about me, it just had this gravitational pull on me. And I thought, that's it. I want to do something more meaningful. So throughout the years, whenever I've been given the chance to help someone, whether it was product based or through just education or giving a treatment in my home spa, which I really reserve just for the few clients that I've had for many, many years that only trust me with their skin because their skin has been so compromised, whether it's been from cancer treatments or something that's autoimmune. I've always wanted and had a passion to do that. Throughout our career, me and Alex, whenever possible, we have partnered with nonprofits that help kids and families however we can, whether it's lending them clothes for a fashion show, whether it's lending some type of aesthetic service or giving everyone something to put in a care kit. We have done that, but there's a piece that's been missing for me, and that really is that proper educational oncology aesthetics experience. Because historically I've always thought, well, I'm already helping people that have these conditions, so I've sort of done things in reverse. Funny, right? I started out helping women because it just organically happened to me that way. Those women came to me instead of me going and seeking them out, and I helped them. So I thought, well, why do I need this extra certification whenever I am over here actually hands-on helping them and learning from experience what it is they need? Now, I've always been conservative by nature, which I think has really helped me, because I think a lot of people, especially when they're passionate about things, they get excited and they want to try so many different things, which I'm all for trying things, just not trying them on people with sensitive, compromised skin, which is the majority of what I have worked on. So I've always had to keep that in mind and be extremely thoughtful when it comes to caring for, skin like that. Now, having said that, I still have always thought that there's value in getting a proper, oncology type of training with my aesthetics, because then I feel like it gives people an element of trust. People that haven't been to me and haven't seen me, maybe hear me talking about it and think, well, who is she to give us these types of recommendations? So I have decided, this is huge for me, but I have decided to legit get my Oncology Esthetics certification. In addition to that, because I am so passionate about helping people with autoimmune diseases, even MS, things like that, I really want to understand the nuances and the difference in those types of conditions. In the interim period, I will be giving you tips on things that I learn as I go. As a wellness advocate and licensed esthetician, I can tell you this. The skin reflects what the body is fighting. So as estheticians and as someone that's a wellness advocate, we're not treating a disease. We are actually supporting the person with compassionate care, with education, with restorative support. I'm here for it, because the more you know, the more you glow. Ciao for now.